Happy New Year, everyone. This is John Lund, program manager of WNBC Radio. I'm here this morning to announce a major change in programming philosophy for Radio 66 WNBC. Ours is a world of change. Yesterday's dream is today's standard, and today's techniques will be outdated tomorrow. What do we need most? Positive enthusiasm, community involvement, listener awareness. This is the backbone of today's radio. And there's a new excitement in Rockefeller Center. I'm proud to say it's 66 WNBC, with studios right here on the second floor of 30 Rockefeller Plaza.
Hear the new excitement in Rockefeller Center. 66 WNBC. New York City.
We here at 66 WNBC have discovered a flaw in the New York radio dial. A mistake, a void. Research pointed it out. New York radio is programmed to the axes, the extremes of the programming spectrum. Of this city's top 15 radio stations, about half are contemporary rock and roll, or top 40. The others are programmed for an over 35-year-old audience. All talk, news, country western, or adult album music. What's lacking in the New York area, we feel, is a stepping stone radio station. A radio station specifically programmed to reach adults who are too old for adolescent rock and roll, yet too young for an old line or all talk format. Broadcasters consider this group 18 to 49 years of age. These people make up an important group. They have no real place to call home, no station to call their own. They drift from a progressive rock and roll station to an AM rock and roll station to an FM oldies rock and roll station, perhaps even to an old line, middle-of-the-road AM station, or over to a talk or news or conversation station. They're longing for the security of just one radio station, not many. The radio station they need is not boring, redundant, or confining. Psychologists tell us their lives have enough of that. What kind of radio station is needed most in Greater New York? A radio station with life, spontaneity, fun, excitement. The greatest personalities in New York radio who have a lot of fun in everything they do on the air. And one of the things these top-flight professional radio personalities do on the air is play your all-time favorite music. And that's where Total Request Radio comes in.
Total Request. Total Request. 66 WNBC.
Thursday morning, December 26th, at 7 a.m., radio history was made with Imus in the Morning. At that moment, WNBC Radio undertook a major audience research project. We installed a brand new telephone number, hired a staff of telephone operators, and began Total Request Radio. We wanted to know what records you wanted us to play. Our special Total Request switchboard was open daily for 6 days, Thursday the 26th through Tuesday the 31st, as we asked listeners in our vast listening area to participate in our person-to-person survey. Thousands upon thousands responded to our experiment. During Total Request Week, we computed a new radio format, a programming concept, if you will, comprised of your all-time favorite records.
New York City for the good times. 66 WNBC.
WNBC Total Request Research proved an interesting theory. Respondents requested music that took them back to the best years of their lives. They wanted to hear the all-time hits of the 50s and 60s, the cream of the mellow crop of top-selling hits, the hits that were popular when the listeners were teenagers or young adults, music that made memories of first dates, classmates, uncommitted freedom, drive-in movies, first romance, the high school prom, the music that was popular during that great time when they were meeting, courting, and marrying the right person in their lives.
Cousin Brucey, for the woman with the man in mind. On WNBC.
listeners overwhelmingly requested their favorites to be played from the 50s and 60s and now. These listeners, 18 to 49 in age, asked for this radio station to be fun, fascinating, with personality, contests, and total listener involvement. And WNBC listens to you, New York, for this is the start of something big. The new sound of the new WNBC for the new year.
66 WNBC.
WNBC. As traditional as the three most recognizable notes in American radio, the NBC chimes. Yet as exciting and contemporary as today.
Rings your chimes, WNBC.
WNBC, playing the solid gold memory makers of yesteryear. Demographically designed to attract and hold the important 18 to 49-year-old adult radio listener. A radio station format designed to bring back that feeling.
In New York, 66 WNBC.
Playing the music of the 50s, 60s, and now, WNBC becomes your great escape. For it's packed with nostalgia as it reminds you of those great times when you were younger. WNBC, your great escape from the other radio station alternatives in New York. WNBC, your great escape, helping you escape to the most phenomenal vacation spots in the world. A new contest, Your Great Escape, is coming soon to the Big 66. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your radio station. During Total Request Week, you told the Big 66 the music you wanted to hear. And WNBC listens to you. This is Program Manager John Lund speaking, and welcome everyone to the new WNBC for the new year. This is your great escape. And now, it's showtime.
66 WNBC.
Happy New Year! Happy New Year! What a beautiful way to start 1975 with a brand new radio station in New York. This is Dick Summer. We are going to have a program for you tonight like you have probably never heard on a New Year's Eve. In fact, New Year's morning now. We'll have Olga in here to take a look at 1975, month by month, telling you what's going to happen, probably, in 1975. You'll be telling us what you remember of 1974, the biggest, best memories that you have of 1974. And I'll be playing the top 3 songs of every month of 1974. So between now and about 6 o'clock in the morning, things should go just swimmingly. This is the number 3 record from last January. Do you remember? Love's Theme by the Loves Unlimited Orchestra. That's the number 3 song from January 1974. We're going to look ahead to 1975 because that's where we are right now at 12:15 o'clock on 66 WNBC. I'm Dick Summer. Happy New Year. We have with us tonight Olga. Olga the Witch is with us. If you have been listening to this program for any length of time, you've heard us do the vibrations forecast. Well, Olga is taking a look tonight at the entire year, 1975. And in a few minutes, she's going to tell you about January. What will January be like during the year 1975? We're also going to be playing the top 3 songs of each month of 1974. And from you, we would like to have your biggest memories of each of the months of 1974, starting with January. Give us a buzz at PL78866. PL78866. And tell us, what is the biggest thing you remember from last January? This is the number 2 song.
66 WNBC.
From January 1974, Ringo Starr had the number 2 song. It's You're 16.
come on like Dick Summer.
Yeah, okay. That was the number 2 song from January 1974. Ringo Starr, and You're 16, You Are Beautiful, and You Are Mine. We'll play the number 1 song from January of 1974 in just a few moments. We're getting your remembrances as to January 1974 also at PL78866. So far, we have streaking, a new boyfriend, somebody called who got married in January, and somebody broke the Weight Watchers diet in January of 74. What's your biggest memory from January of 1974? And getting your head turned around a little bit, I'd like you to meet Olga, who is our resident witch. And Olga's going to take a look at January of 1975. Happy New Year, Olga.
Happy New Year.
Oh, such a voice. Is it going to be good, January? What's the story for January?
Okay, well, this will be for Aquarius.
Okay.
Because,
That's a little bit of 2 months, right?
yeah, January 21st to February 19th.
Okay.
Okay? Now, 1975 will thrust Aquarius into a higher orbit. This can be good and bad. This new position may be hard on someone close. Your charm will work overtime. Don't make empty promises. Think your decisions out carefully. You can give others more once you set aside fears. Be considerate, health-wise, of someone near to you. You may expect more than you realize. Your personality will help you see others more clearly. Don't let someone else do the talking for you. You're enjoying an academic atmosphere, and some old wishes will come true. Papers may be of the utmost importance, and think clearly before severing a close relationship.
Okay, especially after New Year's Eve night. Thank you, Olga. That's the story for Aquarius for 1975.
Dick Summer. WNBC.
The number 1 song from January 1974, Steve Miller. We got the Steve Miller group going there with the Joker. And the number 2 song was Ringo Starr, and You're 16. Number 3 song was the Love Unlimited Orchestra and Love Steam. That was from last January, 1974. And we're going into February now. We're going to play the top 3 songs from February of 1974. And get from you some of your biggest memories of February of 1974. Remember the gas lines, huh? What else do you remember about February of 1974? You got some good ones. PL78866 is telephone number.
Dick Summer.
WNBC chime time is 23 minutes past midnight. And this is the number, it's a big song right now, Neil Sedaka. Ah, that's nice. That's Neil Sedaka, Laughter in the Rain. A big sound right now. And right now it's 26 minutes past 12 o'clock on the Big 66, WNBC. Brand new format, a brand new year. I feel like a brand new guy, which is unusual for a guy my age. Some good things that happened to you last February in 1974. 3 friends had birthdays in February of 74. Okay, had a great blind date. Married her last month. The birth of twins. February of 1974. Some of the folks listening right now, some of the good things that happened to them. The number 3 song from February of 1974 was this by Terry Jacks.
WNBC.
That was Terry Jacks and Seasons in the Sun. That was the number 3 song from February of 1974. Let's see some more good things. You're calling in to us at PL78866, letting us know some of the good things that happened to you in February of 1974. Radio Studenza, is that right? Columbia picked it up on a German Globetrotter radio. Well, that's okay. For a birthday, went to see American Graffiti. And good old Wolf. I wonder where Wolf is tonight. Never mind, scratch that. Had a great Valentine's Day. 3 guys set a model building record of 100 hours last February. 3 guys who are listening right now. Congratulations. It won't be recognized because there were no witnesses. Well, see, you got to build different kind of models. If you had been Dr. Frankenstein, gentlemen, then, huh? Okay. The number 2 song from February of 1974. This was Byron McGregor.
Dick Summer.
The Big
66 WNBC.
The United States...
That's Byron McGregor and the Americans. That was the number 2 song from February of 1974. What are your memories of February of 1974? The 154 Boys became a group in Brooklyn. And gas lines. A lot of people remember the gas lines for some reason or other. Remember a lot of jokes about the gas lines. Things like, What can you do to, take up the time while you're sitting there waiting for the gas lights? Things like, well, get naked and see how many ways you can honk the horn was one suggestion. There's a lot of wonderful things about it. Remember those things? The good old days of February 1974, right? The top song from February of 1974 is next.
Dick Summer. WNBC.
The lady's name, Barbra Streisand. It was from a movie, huh? It's called The Way We Were. Barbra Streisand and The Way We Were. That was the top song from February of 1974. I'm Dick Summer, and we've got some more memories from 74 off the telephone. Somebody called up, they broke his right wrist in February, fell off the second floor on Valentine's Day. That's marvelous. Somebody else scored 20 points in a basketball game, New Canaan against Rye. Who won, you know? He did. Okay, very good. A couple of great memories from February. We're going to switch and go to March now. And before we do that, let's check with Olga and find out what the month of March for 1975 holds. WNBC chime time right now is 20 minutes before 1 o'clock. Olga, our resident witch. What's it going to be like in March?
Well, this will be for February 20th to March 20th, Pisces,
Okay,
right?
that's me.
Now, this year will bring you to look at the other side of yourself. Happy affiliations with someone important may cast you into strange waters. A broken love affair could sharpen your fighting spirit. Don't waste time licking your wounds. Stay clear of stress. Opportunities to become independent exist. Don't argue over finances. Remember, every day has its rewards. Don't sacrifice yourself on the altar of pity. Passions may fog clear thinking. Advantages that come your way are not to be taken lightly. Do not be afraid to show that you have inner resources. Prepare yourself for taking over someone else's tasks. Don't be boastful. Remember that strength should always be poised.
Very nice. Thank you. Okay. That's the way it looks for Pisces for 1975. That is February and part of March of 1975. So if that's you, act accordingly.
WNBC. Oh, yes, wait a minute.
Yeah, please, Mr. Postman, big sound from right now. How do you do? I'm Dick Summer. Happy New Year to you. This is the new WNBC, and boy, we got some things cooking for you. Incredible, the stuff that you are going to hear on this radio station. The executives at this hour are huddled in fear in a corner of their offices upstairs, praying, but it will do them no good, because we got it. 16 to 1 o'clock, the first morning of 1975. Okay, we're going to March now, March of 1974. The number 3 record was this by Eddie Kendricks.
66 WNBC.
Eddie Kendricks, Boogie On Down, the number 3 song from March of 1974. We're taking a look at all of the months of 1974, the music of those months, and also some of the things that you remember best about those months. So far, March of 1974, we had a couple call up who had gone on a marriage encounter weekend and really found that to be a big help. Somebody had a baby in March, and his father's birthday was in March also. Kind of nice. Somebody really flipped out over Dave the Busher night. Somebody got a dog on their birthday from her boyfriend. And it's an interesting notation. Somebody got pregnant in March. Let's see, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. Doctor. March was a big month. The number 2 song in March of 1974. Coming along in a second. The telephone number is PL78866. PL78866. Let us know the good things you remember from last March. Number 2 from March.
66 rings your chimes. WNBC.
The Scoop and the Mockingbird, Carly Simon and James Taylor. That was the number 2 song from March of 1974. I'm Dick Summer. This is the new WNBC. And it is about 7 minutes before 1 o'clock. Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year. The big 66 sounding totally new in the new year. WNBC in New York. Let's see, some folks in March. Somebody fell in Crush. I like that. Somebody fell in Crush. The 258 won a basketball game, which evidently was something of a discrepancy from their usual record. Somebody scored their first goal in a hockey game between Merrick and Belmore, which Merrick won 4-2. Somebody got scarlet fever for her birthday in March of 1974. That's jolly. And somebody got a beautiful card from somebody special in March of 1974. See, these are the things that really count about 1974. Not the things you see in the newscasts. It's the things that you really did in 1974 that count to us, because this is your radio station. You heard that one before? You'll hear it again. The new 66 WNBC, the top song from March of 1974. Coming along next. Yeah, that's the top song from March of 1974. Dark Lady, Cher's song. Okay, we are taking a look at some of the things that happened in 1974, and we're now going to take a look ahead to the year 1975. We have with us our resident witch, Olga, who has cast special astrology for us for the year 1975. And we are finished now with Pisces, basically the month of February, and the beginning of March. Now, what are we up to, Olga?
Okay, this will be for Aries, and this is March 21st to April 20th. Now, 1975 promises to be a very thrilling and exciting year for Aries. Indications are that for some of you, there will be a favorable increase in your earnings and in your savings power, while for others, rewards for past deeds will come your way. Bear in mind that these may not only be in the material wealth, but in other levels as well. All of you have strong support in love and marriage this year. There is a very positive feeling for every sort of joint relationship, and you will find yourself aiming for greater stability in close relationships. The most important revelation in your scope, as far as your health is concerned, what you do about your well-being this year is going to affect how you feel and prosper over many years to come. All Arians should try to do their best for the young in their lives, and remember that you are born to lead and follow the voice of your inner self.
Ah, if you're an Aries, some year coming up, huh?
66 WNBC.
Okay, now we are going to ask you your memories of, basically from April, from 1974. PL78866, your memories of April 1974. We'll get to the music of April 74 in a few minutes. Big 66 sounds totally new in the year, this brand new 1975. WNBC, New York.
NBC Radio News, I'm Don Blair. 1975 is 1 hour old here in New York. 1.5 million domestic workers are now eligible for the new minimum wage of $2 an hour. 500,000 farm workers have a new wage minimum of $1.80 an hour, up from $1.60. And most people start paying those Social Security withholding taxes again. They're up about $52 over last year for those paying the full amount. Food prices paid to farmers dropped nearly 4%.